Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite tips and tricks video. In today's video, it's going to be 12 simple tips to make you improve at Fortnite instantly. Now, some of these tips are going to be very simple, which you probably already know. Some of them are stuff that you're probably going to be learning for the first time, but then again, these are simple, so I'm going to be going through them fairly quickly, and hopefully you'll take at least a couple of these, apply them to your gameplay, and improve instantly at Fortnite. If you guys could, hit that like button, I would really appreciate that. Let's go for 150 likes. That would be absolutely amazing. You guys have been killing the like button on my latest videos, and of course subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and not already subscribed. The rate that we're growing at is absolutely amazing, and we're on that road for 100,000 subscribers. We're up over 80,000 now, and I'm just so excited and so blessed and happy to be doing this, making this Fortnite content, and for you guys to be enjoying it. So if you're new and not already subscribed, make sure to if you're signed into your YouTube account, click that subscribe button or make an account and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And let's talk about this. So first of all, let's get through all of these tips. They're in no particular order. These are 12 simple tips that will improve your game, and I think that each and every single one of these are important in their own right. Now, the first tip is to get your reps in at tilted towers. Now, this applies to any player, whether you're a good player, whether you're a beginning player. I mean, once you learn the basic mechanics of how to move, tilted towers is the place to go. I recently started using a different controller. Sometimes I'll take like a day or two off of playing, and when you come back, you want to get those reps in and play your warm-up games. Go to tilted towers, have warm-up games, make sure your shotgun shot is on point. And if you're a more beginning player who wants to get good at the game, the best way to get good at the game is to go to tilted towers. You might get destroyed a couple times, but it's going to make you better because you're going to get in fast engagements rather than spawning out in the open, wasting 10 minutes before you find someone and having them beat you in that gunfight. You can get quick reps in, learn how to build, learn how to take shotgun fights on, long range fights, everything. Tilted towers is the place to go for if you're an advanced player, if you want to make sure your shot is on for that day before that maybe you squad up, play a couple warm-up games. And if you're a beginner or more casual player, it's definitely the way to improve the fastest rate, getting your reps in at tilted towers. My next tip is to use meta weapons. Now, what I mean by this is I see a lot of players that will love to use certain weapons that just really aren't good in this meta. Now, maybe if you're a god at it, these weapons could be good. Weapons I'm talking about mostly are hunting rifle. That weapon is, for the most part, on PC, there are some people who are godlike with it. For the most part, you're going to do better with a real original sniper rifle, bolt action, maybe even a semi-auto. Another one is hand cannon. I find that weapon, ever since they added the damage drop-off, sure it doesn't have bullet drop-off, but the damage at range doesn't do as much. There's not too much of a use for those weapons. You only have 5 inventory slots. Fill them up with 3 to 4 weapons of your choice that are going to help you consistently in gunfights. I usually do an AR, 2 shotguns, and then at the end maybe I'll have a 2 different healables, maybe 2 shields, or a shield or a med kit, and then a sniper, something like that, or an RPG. Use weapons that are in the meta and that are going to give you the best bang for your buck, and that's what I would say for that tip. Next tip, organize your loadout. This one kind of goes with the last one, but I see a lot of people that get lost in their loadout. It does take time. You have to do it every single game. I wish there was a way for it naturally just to go in or by voice command or something, but that's not, we don't have that technology, or at least not in this game yet. So you can see, this is the way I organize my inventory every single time. I go AR into a shotgun, into another shotgun. Now that third one could be maybe an RPG sometimes. And then my last one, the reason why I put certain things is I put the assault rifle first. That's the one you're going to be using the most. Put the shotgun second. Easy swaps between the AR and the shotgun. And for the AR and the sniper, I can easily swap between those two by going the other way. Now this is more important for console players. As far as PC players, make sure you know and understand your key bindings, but organizing your loadout while it takes a second can save you a lot of time, save you gunfights where you're getting lost, and help you win that. Next tip is to crank your headset. People should never be sneaking up on you in this game if they're at all moving or sprinting. You can hear a lot of stuff. You can hear people building. You can hear builds coming in. You can hear people jump padding on you. You can hear people running no matter what the surface is, especially if you're in a town or a city like Tilted Towers. You can hear everything going on. I know when someone placed a trap 2 buildings over from me because I use a headset and I crank up the volume. You can crank it up on your TV, but I recommend if you have headphones or a headset, that's definitely the best way to do it. That's that tip there. My next tip is for console players. Switch to Builder Pro. Builder Pro is a new building area or it's a new building controller setting where basically instead of swapping through all the materials, a specific button builds a specific thing. It just came out. A lot of people are still learning it now, but the thing is that you might be fine using the old one now, but in a month or two, once everyone's learned this and everyone's adapted, you're going to be behind if you're not on Builder Pro. So while it might be uncomfortable to use right now, you're going to want to switch over to that and to learn and master it. I've been doing that the last couple of days. I really do think it is the way to go, and it is a way to build fast on console like you're on PC. Give that Builder Pro a try. This one is not so instant because you're going to actually have to practice with this tip, but I think it'll be worth it 100% in the long run. Next tips here are just some really quick ones to go through. Of course, these are simple tips to help you improve. When you're giving callouts to your teammates in squad or duos, make sure you're giving your callouts by the number up on the top. The number basically, if you and your teammate are running the same way or are very close to each other's, the numbers will match up. If you're farther away, you're going to have to give a different sort of callout to describe it. But there's always that one teammate that you're running and he just goes, I see one, I see two, I see three, oh my gosh. Give that number. I see 2 northwest at 255. I see 2 up on the hill east at 50. Can really help improve with your teammates if you have that communication, and those numbers are there for a reason. Use them not in solos, in squads and in duos. Next tip is you can look through edits. If you have a wall or you have a flat and you go to edit it, when you're in that editing mode, you can see straight through it. The enemy cannot see that you're in editing mode, and sometimes you can use that to get the jump on someone, having that edit ready, waiting, and then boom, popping it, pulling the shotgun, killing them. Enemies cannot see when you are editing something. And it's definitely the way to, if you're in a battle, you're on one side of the wall, the enemy's on the other. Instead of just breaking down that wall, if you place the wall, you actually have the advantage because you can edit into the gun, boom, pop a person. It does take a little bit more practice and is more advanced, but the enemy will never see it coming unless they're a super smart player. Most of the time, people even get me with that one, and I don't see it coming. But it is a way to pop people in the head, get that quick edit in, and that's probably the number one edit I would say to practice. Next tip here is to hunt for shields and heals. I see people that don't do this enough. They're 75 health, and they think that's fine. They're running around. If you do not have, I say at least 150 health. I always want to be 150 to 200 health. Be hunting for shields and heals. As soon as my health goes down, say I'm at 100 shield, but I have 20 health, I'm hunting. I'm not trying to take gunfights at that. I'm trying to hunt for bandages, for medkits, for stuff to heal up. The way that you can do that is, of course, you could get it off of an enemy, but you probably don't want to take a fight. So check buildings, listen for chests. You can always hear chests, and if you know locations on the map, if you know chest locations in the area where you're landing, this shouldn't be too hard. Hunt for shields and heals and play to your health and play to your shield level. If you're 75, you don't want to take as many engagements as if you are 200. You basically want to double down when you're strong and play more defensive when you are weak. Next tip, this is a pretty obvious one, but it is for more beginner players. When you're farming, when you're using your pickaxe to hit trees or stuff like that, hit the blue circle. It makes it to destroy the material twice as fast to destroy the tree. You're also getting double the material. Well, it's not really double. It's because you're going twice as fast. You're getting double. Basically, hit the blue. Pay attention. It's sort of like a mini game within the game. It can also help you to have your aim ready. It's kind of like an aim trainer in the middle of the game. Hit the blues while farming. Next tip is to aim better. Crouch while shooting assault rifles every single time. If you watch a good player, crouching while shooting assault rifles will make them more accurate. It's a pretty obvious tip, but it definitely is one that can help you. And with shotguns, it's not as big of a deal, but with assault rifles, you always want to be crouching and not really moving to have the tighter spread and the better accuracy on your bullets. Of course, another thing that affects that is how good the variant of your weapon is, whether it's a blue or a common or uncommon, that can matter as well. Next tip is that when you're jumping up and down, in most video games, you're most accurate at the top of your jump. And this comes into huge in shotgun fights. Shotgun fights are usually in the city where you're jumping up and down, taking a shot, jumping. You want to be pulling the trigger at the apex of your jump. When you're at the top of that jump, right before you're about to come down, pull the trigger. Your spread will be a little bit more accurate with those shotguns, and that should help you from, everyone knows those times where you hit for 7 with the pump or you hit for 16 with the tack. If you want to hit for more consistent numbers, aim dead center at the middle of their head area because you need to get that headshot for a high damage, and also make sure that you're shooting in the middle of your jump or when you're on the ground, not as you just start the jump, because that will have you a little bit more inaccurate. And my last tip here, the 12th and final simple tip, go to supply drops. I never went to them when I was beginning player, when I was beginning, because I was scared people would be around them, and I was worried that that, you know, they might not have anything good. Unless you have a Scar, an RPG, and you're fully shielded up, in that case, I'd say probably use supply drops as bait. You can go to supply drops. You can see them happening up in the sky. You can build a base on the ground and just simply wait for the drop to fall. Nice and cozy, like a gift on Christmas from Santa, into your base. Free supply drop, and that can really give you the loot that you need sometimes to take it to the end and get that victory royale. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. Of course, some of you guys will know a lot of these tips. These are simple tips to help you improve at the game. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Drop a like on this video. That would be absolutely amazing, and have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.